So you're getting a lot of advice right now, I'm sure. This is how you pivot. This is how you stay safe. This is how you flatten the curve. This is how you continue to function. This is how you thrive. This is how you go to legend. All those things that you really know are super, super critical and important. And you are promised that by doing these things, your business will be okay and you'll be okay. And I agree with probably most of that. What I have experienced is that you get to do what's right for you. You have to do it your way or it's just not sustainable. You get to do your version of homeschooling, for example. You get to do your version of working from home, or it's just not sustainable anymore. It quits being fun. It quits being helpful. It quits being profitable. So when I say to you that as an entrepreneur, you are built to pivot. You are made for pivoting. I absolutely believe that. I know that this seems like a very extreme case, and I know that there are businesses out there that are not prepared to do 100% online. They're not prepared to, I mean, it's not just the brick and mortar stores that are like, oh, let's go look at our website, right? But actual businesses that have some kind of an online presence, and yet it's like it's too much of a pivot. It's going to take months of pivoting to catch up and get stuff going online. So where are you? Where are you at? How is your social presence? If you are not certain of what to do next for your social media, let me recommend one of the best classes I've taken in a very, very long time. You've heard me speak about Christy Hansvik. In fact, if you're hearing this and you're listening to me, you probably are connected with her on some level. I know you've heard me say her name. Christy Hansvik is an online strategist, and she has created this course. It's a class, it's a call, and she's going to continue to do them throughout the year. But I highly recommend it. I was on her call last week, and it was great. There were like 25 of us on this call. And the strategies she gives you, they are not fluff, wish, and a prayer type strategies. They're actual, if you are here, you should do it this way. There's 5 different strategies that she gives you. 5. And different ways to apply them depending on where you are in your business. It was amazing. I knew she was organized, but wow. So the really good news is, the good and bad news is, halfway through the recording, she got the blue screen of death on her computer. And the recording stopped and didn't record the last half of it. So that technology loss and that glitch is your game. If you are not on that call, but if you would like to have some idea of what to do next socially, online, make sure your presence is moving forward through COVID and beyond, I highly recommend this class. She's giving it again on Monday, the 13th. I will make sure there's a link to that class in this video. Highly recommend it. I have a link for 50% off. So it becomes less than $50 for this course. Highly recommend it. I watched it last Monday. I'm going to try to get on that call again on the 13th to catch the things that I didn't get. Highly recommend it. So that's one thing. If you are not certain where to go next with your social presence, and this goes beyond platforms, by the way, this goes beyond social platforms. This is your website, your blog. She has, I won't give it away. There's stuff out there that's available to you that I didn't even know existed. Like, this is why you have to have an online strategist in your world, because she watches these things. Christy is unbelievable. Highly recommend this class. I will put the link in the comments below. If you have any questions, if you are interested, I will send you the 50% off discount code. So there's one thing. If you want something very specific of how to move forward and thrive, that's the first thing. Here's my second offer to you. This is the time to go beyond, we know that connection is important. Everybody says it. It's been coming forever. I feel like with branding, it's always been about the connection. So I'm like, that part's not new. How you connect and what you do with those connections and how you make the most of those connections. And I don't mean just monetizing. I mean, how you actually build relationships and make those connections matter. Make them so that it's not just surface business card connection, but actually move them forward in a way that goes beyond any plague, that goes beyond any upset, that goes beyond any level of pivoting that's required. That's what comes next. So I can tell you, shore up your brand. Make sure it's ready to go. Do you know what that means exactly? Like I do, because this is what I do. Very similar to Christy and her online strategies, I am a brand strategist. So I know the things that are required right now in this moment to make sure that if you have these things put together, your brand will thrive through COVID and beyond. Because really, your brand is so much about that connection and so much about the experience that you are creating for your ideal clients. Why not polish those? Why not create those and get the foundations in place now? We're all hanging out on Facebook 10 hours a day anyway. We're all at our computers trying to create something that is normal anyway. So here's what I suggest. This is the one thing you can control. I don't know if that speaks to you the way it does to me, but there is so much out there in the world, in beyond COVID. I mean, there's so much other, as much as staying home and sheltering in place and flattening the curve is all very much the top 20,000 things on anybody's newsfeed. There's a lot of other stuff going on, and some of it may feel very chaotic. Some of it may feel scary, but I will tell you, one of the things that that calms me down, that gives me an opportunity to breathe, and especially as someone who's working through bronchitis, breathing is huge. Breathing is, wow, underrated. So one of the things that I appreciate now more than ever, but always, is the ability to have something I can affect, something that I can do where I see the immediate results, where I can say, I do this, I get this. Like, I like that straight line. I like being able to create it and watch it and enjoy the results. Does that speak to you? Does that sound like I want to be able to, like right now, if I say I'm going to donate money to this cause to help the first responders, to help those on the front line of Corona, I know what I'm doing, but I don't get to necessarily see the results immediately. I get feel-good results. That lands, right? So it's this open-ended, but what if you could do things right now in your business? Hey, Diane, thanks for joining. What if you could do things in your business right now to where you could actually see the straight line between what you do and the results you get? I like that because it makes me feel like I'm in control. I have control over this one thing. And in a world where there is so much stuff out there where I don't get to vote, where I don't get to be in charge of it, and I don't get to control, I can be in charge of this. This is what next Wednesday, that's April 15th. And I believe I'm going to do it at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time. I will put out a thing. I'm offering a free call to all those who want to join me. And I'm going to go through step by step the things that you get to have in place right now to move you forward. So that, hey Veronica, nice to see you. I'm going to share with you those basic foundational pieces, things that you may or may not already have in place, so that you understand when I say get your brand together, quit being a brand mess. You know, you've got logo over here and some color over here and a message over here. Stop being a brandy mess. This is the time. This is the time to put all those things in place and really create going beyond a rock star brand. This is the time to go beyond being a leader. This is the time to go to legend. And I'm offering next Wednesday, April 15th, a free call for you to jump on and learn from the brand strategist which pieces you absolutely get to put into place and have working for you right now, so that your business doesn't just survive COVID. you actually get to thrive through it. You actually get to move forward without that 4-month pause, without waiting for this to be over before you do something grand. These are those things that you can do immediately that will help create the experience for your ideal client so that you are not just memorable, you become unforgettable. These are the things that you can put in place and polish and update and elevate so that you are not just a leader, you are legend. Maybe we'll even talk about what all that means. Being legend isn't for everybody, but if it's for you, you should come play on this free call. I will make sure that if you would like it, let's do it this way. If you would like to be a part of that call, just drop free call in the comments, and I'll make sure you have a link to that. I haven't decided if I'm going to use Zoom or something else. There's some concerns there, clearly. So until I get that set up, if you would like to be a part of this call, if you know you're set up, but you know you've got people who are like, I can't figure out which parts I need to work on first, that way you can share that with them as well. So I'll make sure that gets all put into the comments below. It's going to be amazing. This is my best way I know how to reach out and say, I've got you. Let's do this together. Let's move everyone forward and up and elevated, because the bottom line is your people need you at your best. Your people will see you better if you are at your best. And when you have these kind of foundational pieces put together, chances are you have one or two absolutely in place. One or two of them are awesome, but you probably don't have the others. Or there's going to be things that you hadn't thought about, because you don't have to follow all the brand trends. You don't have to follow the brand strategies. That's my job. That's why you have me. So please join me next April 15th, 1:30 Mountain Standard Time. And I'm going to share all the secrets. And until then, be amazing. Take a breath. Love your people. Love the people in your house. Love the people not in your house. Send out a message of love and I got you to your ideal clients. And that doesn't mean just tag them all in a group message. That's not effective, by the way. Nobody wants to be part of a cluster. So share a little bit of love. Take today and tomorrow. Reach out and say, I'm still here. You're still here. This really gets to be that time when it's not just hunkering down. It's about refocusing and realigning with who you really are and moving that forward and creating an experience that puts you at the top of mind, that makes you unforgettable for years to come. Because that's what legends do. So join me next Wednesday. Have a fabulous rest of your day. And until I see you in person, rock on.